show. We're streaming live across the Twitch TV land, talking about ashes of creation. We have it all planned. Verra's calling. Through the divine portal we'll soar. Together we'll conquer like never before. Welcome to the inner shadows, where legends are made. A Twitch TV stream where we never fade, as the night embraces and the excitement grows. Join us on this journey as the story unfolds. Step into the inn where secrets unfold.
Hello everybody, happy Sunday. I hope everybody had a great 4th of July weekend and everybody is doing well and stayed safe. Just kicking back, playing a little bit of Ashes of Creation today. Let's kill these spiders. We're going to head out to Oakenbane and we're going to do a little leveling up on our ranger today. So I feel like I'm going to go ahead and be ranger for phase 3. Need a break from tank, try something different, especially it doesn't sound since my Renkai is not going to be out. They didn't officially say that, but I have a feeling since it's they're not talking about it, then it won't be there. So we haven't tested it yet. So that being said, I am going to play a ranger this time again. So we'll see how it goes. But I hope everybody's doing really good. Everyone had a good time. Let me know your thoughts on what you're thinking about. You know, did you enjoy the PTR last week? And what are your thoughts on, are you getting hyped for phase 3? Because, you know, I really am. I am getting hyped for phase 3, getting hyped for August 4th. Looking forward to all the new changes. And really, I'm really excited this weekend for us to get in and test the PTR and hopefully the dynamic gridding. I thought it went really well last week. There was a lot of people, lots of interest last week in the PTR, and I loved seeing it. So please, please, please remember, if you have access to Alpha 2, if you've played at any point, or you haven't played yet but you still purchased, go ahead and jump into the PTR because we could use your help. Please report those bugs, help them with anything that they might need, along with just making sure that you remember that it is there is a visual NDA, so you cannot share any video, stream, or anything like that, or record. You can talk about it, but you can't stream or record or anything like that. Just remember that visual NDA and everything will be good. But I am very much looking forward to it, and I love to talk to you about it, so if you want to come on in and shoot the crap with me, yeah, let's do it. I'm just going to play my ranger until then. we're going to stop in here and get these, the commission boards. I have been doing, you know, let's smack these ravens real quick. When I'm out here soloing and just kind of chilling, going around from node to node to node and grabbing all the hunting boards and taking a peek at their commission boards as well. You can actually get some pretty good experience from just accumulating those, running from node to node. Now, I think you can only have 30 commissions, but nevertheless, you can get quite a little bit of glint. And I mean, look at all the glint that I got. I need to bank, or, you know, I probably should just sell this glint because I'm not going to come back out here most likely. Yeah, look at all the glint I got alone just from turning all those commissions I just did. And I got over a quarter of my experience bar at level 12. So that was pretty nice. I'll go ahead and sell this stuff. And then I'll continue my way out there. But yeah, take advantage of the commission boards and the mayoral commission boards. You know, you're in town to repair a lot of times anyway. Maybe throw a quick item up on the market. While you're there, go ahead and pick them up because they're a nice subsidy to leveling. It's important that we use all avenues, you know, making sure that we do the main quests like the surplus quest and the sweat of the brow. And then taking advantage of everything that they have to offer to help us level. It doesn't have to be just a straight grind or straight questing. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Looks like I already got this one accepted, which is kind of weird because I haven't been with it. Oh, I take that back. I was here not long ago. But we're going to go ahead and hop down here and get the hunting quests and see. They all should stack. So let's see what they got. I love the wolf quests. More spiders. Halsey is a great spot to kill spiders. They have some low-level spiders around Halsey. They have low-level minotaurs out there. Also, between Lionhold and Jova is a bunch of low-level minotaurs and bears that you can do. Also, some wolves. So there's a lot of different areas that you can complete these quests. You don't have to go, you know, fighting the highest level mobs to get those. You don't have to. If it says kill minotaurs, you don't have to go out and kill level 15 minotaurs. Just, you know, find some low level ones, kill them, and, you know, claim it, and then go claim a bunch of other commissions. And what did I forget to do? I forgot to sell. Yeah, goodness gracious. Well, that was not smart of me. Oh well. It's resetting soon anyway, so it's no big deal. We need to get a tank. If you're in the chat and you're looking, you want to come hang out and do some group grinding with us, come on in. We could use the tank. I'm currently level 12. Yeah, level 12 right now. So we're going to head to Oakenbane Keep. Sounds ominous. Listen to that. Wow. That's really spooky. That's scary. Yeah, that's the Carfin background music. Kill these spiders and stuff like that when we see them. You can see on my quest. Look at all the board quests I have, the challenges. You just kind of kill them out in the world when you see them if you're not running around the nodes and doing them, and then you just turn them in all. The beauty of them is you can turn them in from anywhere. I'm just going to hang out here, guys, till people realize that I'm streaming, and hopefully they come in and join me, and then I'll start chatting away as soon as they got something to talk about. Till then, I'm going to save my save my energy. Oh my. Ah! There's a whole lot of people chasing me right there. Oh my gosh, get me getting out of there. We're almost there. I probably should get this Ember Spring here real quick, so I am somewhat close. Get a nearby event. They used to have a good spider event over here. I think it's still the case that the spider event is pretty good over here. The spider event, and then of course, alright, these wolves. What level are these? My goodness. Yeah, I better go ahead and get some health here. The spider event, and then of course you got the Titan's Ring event as well. Both are pretty good. Although I'm not sure if the Titan's Ring event is still going on. I think they might have disabled it because I should test that to see if it's back up. Because there were some people that were abusing it and just kind of going AFK. Problematic. These are nice low-level Minotaurs too. Oh my goodness, these wolves. They just never stop. Can I get up here? Doesn't look like it. I've never been up there. Jesus, these things are still coming. Unbelievable. You just don't stop chasing. Almost near this Ember Spring right here. Hey guys, if you want to say something in chat, feel free to say hi or whatever. They must be up on the hill over there. It's kind of the entrance point for Oakenbane. It can be kind of difficult to get up there sometimes. You can go through the front gate, but there's a lot of aggro that you have to go through. Hey, Yurt, how you doing, my friend? What's going on? Thanks for stopping by and visiting. How's life going? Just sitting here leveling up my little ranger here. My baby. Still don't have a tank, but got a low level character. Come level with us. I am going to be doing some PTR. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to probably try to get some kind of a video out maybe tomorrow or Tuesday. But other than that, yeah, I have plans to definitely join the PTR and help out. I was really, really happy with all the people that we had in PTR. Let me zoom in a little bit here. All the people that we had in PTR. It was very awesome. So I want to keep that going. Horsey away. All right. Just a level 2 tank? Yeah, no. I don't think that noodle would do us much good there, buddy, but I appreciate it. He wouldn't be much of a meat shield at level 2. That's funny. I could probably bring my level 25 tank in and pull all this stuff and just let them attack. Oh God. How did I get aggro? Ah! That makes sense. Now, how about you? Are you looking forward to the PTR? I thought it was very active. Let me turn the game volume down here. I thought it was very active last week, and I was very, very happy to see that. Because, you know, honestly, we needed a real influx of players. Players that, you know, are new to the game, you know, and just people who just really... there's going to be people who get really excited about the game, but it tapers off. But we just need a lot of the people who are just continually excited about the game to keep coming in and testing, because that's really important. So hoping they bring out Anvil sooner than later, level 4 nodes. Well, I mean, you got to figure that they're going to need to have that out before, you know, coming up before August 4th. So, you know, they've already taken out the summoner. So we know that that's not going to be coming. So that's important. But I think they want to hammer down dynamic gridding, which I am hopeful is this weekend to see how that goes, or this week. And since they're going 24, oh God, we got a chopper. Since they're going 24/7 on the 14th, that tells me that they have a lot of stuff, you know, planned for us to do. So I would imagine that we're going to see dynamic gridding first, but probably next week, and then all the econ stuff, anvils, because they got to test that new starting area. You just can't come into a new starting area without testing it at all. So I have a feeling we're going to be very, very busy on PTR, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. Phase 3, I think, is going to get everybody excited again. The only thing that can take away from the excitement of Phase 3 after Phase 3 happens. Nothing's going to take it away before it happens. People are going to be excited regardless. The only thing that can ruin it is a bunch of speeding, or, you know, speed hacking and exploits. That will really damper, you know, and if they don't fix the static spawns on Gathering. They absolutely have to take care of that. But other than that, yeah, if there's not too much exploiting and the gathering system's not borked, then we should be having a lot of fun. Very excited for it. Are you playing today at all? You're looking forward to the 24/7 on PTR? Oh yeah, me too. Oh god. Yeah, I'm very much looking for the 24/7. I mean, I was kind of bummed. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was really bummed that we didn't have it on May 1st when we had anticipated we were gonna have it. So that was kind of a bummer. You know, it's interesting. People talking 24. It says 7/7? Oh, no, I didn't. I'll have to take a look at that calendar again. That's interesting. Maybe they changed it. Yeah, I mean, I was, you know, geez, this phase I have, I'm about a level and a quarter away from getting journeyman herbalism, closing in on a journeyman weaving. Got a journeyman carpenter, journeyman miner, 2 journeyman lumberjacks. What else do I got? I have an apprentice alchemist. Leave me away. Bad touch, go away. Apprentice alchemist. I have a apprentice. Do I have? No, he's not an apprentice armor smith. He's like 8. I said journeyman carpenter, I think. I got a lot of stuff. Almost a journeyman hunter. Few fishermen that are apprentice. Yeah. I've tried out a lot of the different things. What I'm going to roll with on Phase 3 is I'm going to do my ranger and I'm going to do carpentry. Again, I've done carpentry pretty much in every phase. Start grabbing that Joshua tree wood though too, out in the desert, because it looks like they've now made that pretty useful. It's as good as braidwood now. So a lot of people would ignore it before, but definitely grab it if you see it. That's a journeyman. It's a journeyman tree. Okay, I'm doing too much damage to these guys. They are. I bought a common flesh ripper last night, and then I got I won a blue bow, Forsaken short bow. And I don't have hardly any armor, just the surplus armor that I got. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff to keep me busy. You know what? And I'm going to tell you a little trick, and I was going to make a video about this, but as far as journeyman carpentry, I hate to say that there's a fastest way level, but in my opinion there is. I did level 12 carpentry to journeyman, so 8 levels in less than 2 days, by just making, and really all the way up to level 12, but I took a long break in between there, just by making oak crates. It's the same experience as making oak planks, and it's the same amount of wood. You just have to make 2 of them. So definitely something to keep in mind. The caveat is that you don't get really anything from selling the crates. You know, if you want to sell them to the vendor, you get like 1 copper. So in that respect, you're losing the processing fee and you're losing the crate money. Now, you might be able to sell small crates to people who want to fill up their cargo storage. If you haven't tried that trick, putting a medium crate or something like that in a supply storage is in your cargo hold at the caravansary is good because it frees up some of that room of maybe some of those items that you didn't want that's clogging up your inventory. All those little things like the crafting materials or something like that. You can just throw those in a cargo crate in your caravansary, and then you can, once you seal it, if you open it, then you have to put them in a new crate. But if you can go into your caravansary and you can open the crate without opening it and see what you have in there. So that's a neat little trick. If you haven't done that before, try it and buy some of those medium crates. But what I was saying though is doing the crates, the oak crates. One, it's good because oak is plentiful. You're never going to run out of oak, right? Always going to be easy to chop oak or ash. But if you're going to go ahead and go up the level and say you're going to do medium crates for apprentice, well, now you're not only having to process the timber, now you're having to take the time to process planks. Not only time, but you're having to process the fee. The fee involved. And you get the exact same experience as you did from making 2 oak crates. So yeah, I think it's just quicker, much less hassle. You can go from node to node and fill up all the lumber mills, and then just do it that way. I literally had six of the mills over at Jova, because you have 3 from the journeyman carpenter, you have 2 from the apprentice carpenter, or 3 from the journeyman lumber mill. I'm sorry, and then you have the 1 basic one in town. So that was 6 alone in Jova I stacked with 250 wood. And they each take over 4 hours to do. Oh boy, I think we have a lot of people coming here. Oh boy. Ah! That's a nice thing about this spot. If you get too many, you can just bail over the wall. Did I just get hit? Did I get hit by ads again after all that talking? I was talking through ads. I really got to pay attention to that more. I think I did. Just doing all that talking and the freaking ads. Oh well. So tell me what you guys are looking most forward to. What are you most excited for in phase 3? Ow. Guy won't leave me alone, man. These guys are not doing a lot of damage. Yeah, I mean, it's not ideal, but if you want to level it up, because in this kind of a game, there's going to be a separation, right? You want to be one of the first people that is putting out a product. So if there's something that you have in mind, like jewelers, right? Jewelers are immediately looking at selling obsidian rings, right? So that's how they're going to level up, and that's how they're going to make some cash, because those rings are valuable. In carpentry, there's really nothing, at least this phase, caravans weren't really used that much. I'm hoping in phase 3 there'll be more market for the caravans. Now we could sell our wares doing that. That would work for me too. If I was constantly selling my caravan parts, and maybe Forsaken bows, which are very good, that would be fine for me as well. But it just depends on the market. But if there's not much of a market for things, and buildings are going up, you're going to want to go ahead and have a strategy to keep leveling up. You can't stay stagnant and wait for people to make orders. You're going to have to level it up and do something. So I guess it all just depends on the flow of the game, the flow of the node, the flow of the world. Stone mason, slate, yeah, boy, man, slate weapon molds. You can make a lot of money. I think that what though, it's funny you mentioned that. I'm also an apprentice stone masonry, and that's one of those things I'm never doing again. I'm gonna let someone else do it. I don't want to deal with anything that takes a mold. Molds are so annoying to put together. They make my brain hurt. So I have a few guildies that do it. I'm just going to let them do it because I don't want to have anything to do with slate molds. But yes, you're right. You can make a lot of money, especially if you're going and putting them up right when it's time at the town that needs to make a tool. I've sold so many ingots and stuff like that for, I forget what was being made. I think it was the mining pick or something like that that needed ingots, and I made so much money off of that. So yeah, you definitely can do well with that strategy. But the beautiful thing is now that you can sell tools and trade tools. Now we don't need to, you know, lose our apprentice tools anymore when we have them. Now we can trade them down to an alt or something like that, which makes things, you know, a lot better. A lot better. Let's go ahead and do penetration. I like to do one of those. I don't like any of those. Oh, it's a fabulous change. I mean, you literally could make a business out of just selling good tools, and you know, just running around and getting good oak or getting good western larch and making just beginner tools. There's always going to be new people coming to the game that'll want to, you know, want to do those. So yeah, absolutely. There's, you know, and also a lot of times at people, it will catch sometimes people off guard and when a building has come up. So it's easy for you know, it's easy for them just to buy anything right away, like even if it's just real basic materials or a basic pickaxe or a basic axe, and then they can go back and upgrade later. So that's what a lot of people do if they get caught off guard. You can make a lot of money in gathering, for sure. But, you know, at the start of the game, my concern is that, you know, we obviously know that there are some we have a farmer problem, right? There is, there's an RMT problem right now, and there's a farmer problem. My concern is that at the launch of the game, everybody's going to be gathering. A few people are going to be crafting, and if RMTers and bots and stuff like that are in the game, you remember how New World they really drove down the economy? They were selling stuff that had no business being sold at the price it was, very, very cheap. So if that happens, it's really going to be a kick in the noogies for all the gatherers. So now, granted, each market's going to be independent, which is nice, at least early on. So hopefully we won't see that happen. But it was kind of independent in New World too. So, you know, it's hard to say. I'm interested to see how Phase 3 goes in that respect. Okay, these guys are not doing much damage. I am not even using any of my skills, and these things are still all over me. This is not good. This is not good. I'm just autoing. The experience is decent though, so. Oh my god. Oh my god. Stop. I have like no armor. Look at my armor. This is what I have. Just the river stalkers, the militia forearms, the river stalker gloves. I got the pants, boots. I got a ring. I have nothing on this side. Not even any jewelry. I desperately need some drops. Yeah, it's horrible. Were you pretty bummed when they said that the summoner wasn't coming out? I know a lot of people really, you know, love the summoner. I'm gonna try the summoner too. I don't know if I particularly like the summoner the way they're designing it. I've kind of liked summoners from other games in the past, but I'll give it a shot nonetheless. But it's not something I was planning on trying at the beginning of Phase 3. So, down the road, I'll give it a shot. Because I do like dot classes. Dot classes with the ability to throw a few DDs in there, stuff like that. But it sounds like there's a lot of micromanagement with the necromancer or summoner, so I'm not sure if I really want to do that. That's the nice thing. Now, if you're a tank or you're a cleric, you pretty much got to be locked in. Not so much a bard. You can kind of, do your sagas here and there, and you don't have to be incredibly locked in with a bard. Ranger, you don't have to be locked in at all. But cleric, main, and tank, you got to be focused. You got to be focused at all time. More of a cleric pet class is usually your thing. Yeah. Clerics are good. I'm not gonna lie. You feel pretty safe in the world as a cleric. Not many people, even in PvP, the only classes that are really gonna gank you and get away with it are maybe a very good bard and a rogue. Most of the other classes are gonna fail miserably when it comes to trying to take down a cleric. And they can, and as far as like leveling PvE wise, they can like take on way higher mobs and many more of them than any other class can, which is pretty impressive. I am out of stuff to drink. This is unacceptable. So what are you doing? What are you doing this weekend? Are you playing? Are you chilling? Are you playing something else and just watching the streams? What are you up to? What we got? We got any experience here? Oh yeah. One of the things that I'm going to be doing also is making sure. Now, one of my guildies said he's going to be doing scribing, so I'm going to be feeding him the mats to make my scrolls. So definitely make sure that you make scrolls to help your leveling, because now some of these, like Mirrorlith has that leveling bonus, which I should have gotten before I came here, but I'm an idiot and I didn't think about it. But every little bit of experience boost you can get makes a difference, so take advantage of it. Just gathering and watching stream, nice. Yeah, you want to take advantage of all the multiple ways of gaining experience you can, and don't sleep on maps too. If you get an early one on maps will give. I got a bunch of rare adventuring scrolls from maps, and those were 6% each. And the ones I didn't use, I sold for gold each, so those were really nice. And the reason I say this is because I believe that they're not telling us, but I believe that if not right at the launch, within a week or two after, they're going to go ahead and give us a level cap increase. And you're going to ask, why? Why would they give a leveling? They've never said anything. Well, the fact that they're putting in towns and or cities, whatever they decide to call it, the fact that they're putting that in, mobs around village are already in some areas level 30s, right? Those other mobs are now going to be level 40s. We will not be able to kill those mobs. So they're going to have to raise our level cap if they want us to test any of them. You know what I hope doesn't happen? People go super hard for pastry, then burn out the content and leave again. Well, I don't want to lie to you. I'm going to go hard. I'm going to go super hard. I always do. I love fresh starts and stuff like that. Might there be a burnout phase for a lot of people? I'm sure there will be. I'm sure there will be. But I think in all honesty, I think what's going to happen is people... They said that, right, Phase 3... He said that Phase 3 is supposed to last a year, right? So a lot of people are assuming that they're not going to wipe those characters. Well, they already said that they didn't plan to wipe before, but they've had to wipe. I think it's important. And and dare I say, a necessity to go ahead and wipe the server every 3 to 6 months. Because there's going to be a lot of new stuff, a lot of new mobs, new zones that haven't been tested with leveling. So we're going to need that fresh start. And that's just the kind of the way I think about it. So I'm when I go into it, I'm always anticipating some kind of a wipe or fresh start. But you're right. I don't want people to get burnt out. And what's better than keeping people burnt out? Bringing them back with a fresh start, because everybody gets excited for that. And, you know, then, but even when it's launch, even when we have launch, people will still do the same thing, and they'll get burned out, and then they'll come back when they get new comment. And what I'm thinking, and this is where it's different. I'm thinking that's, in a way, for me, that's good. Because you know how the world, there's so much to gather when, you know, a lot of the people leave the area. It's like, oh, look, this is up, I can get this now. You might not be able to get that. So you as a player should be able to advance while everyone else takes a break. So go ahead, see you later, catch you back when the updates come. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and you know, make some gold and store up some really good mats. So it's the grinders that are gonna make the real difference. The people that are consistent all the time are going to be the people a year or two down the road that are the ones that are going to be well known. Yeah, I can't help it. I can't. My wife just laughs at me. I tell her, I said, babe, you know, we got a launch coming. I'm going to be going hardcore. You know, I'm usually her Uber driver. You know, that day or two where I'm in the middle of a group, I'm say, sorry, babe, you're on your own. It's Uber time. And no, she understands. I got the best wife in the world. I plan to do a lot more streaming too, so you guys can kind of check my progress. Yeah, you gotta have fortitude in a game like this, because there's gonna be ebbs and flows in an MMO. There's gonna be lulls where, you know, maybe the content's got a little stale or something like that, and you just gotta find stuff to do. You know, work on it all, or, you know, level another profession or something like that. That's what I love about this game is, you know, my name is Peon, and I'm an alcoholic. It's just the truth. I am, and I love. If I had my choice, I'd be self-sufficient in everything. But that being said, I don't mind the system that they have now where, you know, they kind of want you to depend on others, and that's good. But you give me a long enough period of time, like when this game comes out, after 3 years or something like that, I'm going to have every class, probably every archetype leveled, and I'm going to have every profession where I can be self-sufficient, where I can just run those guys on my own freehold. So that's why I'm not worried about it. You know, initially when they first talked about how freeholds were going to be coming out, and they talked at how, you know, they're going to be limited to several thousand, most likely at the beginning of the world, I was kind of bummed out at first, and it really made me feel like, you know, it's definitely going to be a race, in which it is going to be a race. But the more I think about it now, it's not as big of a deal as I made it out to be, because there's going to be other nodes that level slower than others, and then as long as you have the money and the quest, you're going to have a chance to be able to obtain those nodes or those freeholds when they pop, as long as you're ready. As long as you're keeping an eye on the map, you should have a chance to be able to obtain those. That, and also the fact that there's going to be node sieges, which if a node is destroyed, then you're going to have, again, you're going to have freeholds open up. So it might not be as big of a deal as I once thought it was. As a matter of fact, I actually have a different plan. My plan is I feel there's going to be 4 starting areas on the map. My plan is to quickly make as much money as I can, and when those hit village, I plan to buy an apartment or i.e. static housing, which we haven't seen static housing in a node since phase 1, alpha 1. So I'm hoping that we see that again soon. But anyway, I plan to buy an apartment or static housing because those will grow with the node, right? So I'm thinking that I don't want to stay in that area because I believe those starting... Ooh, I need this. I believe those starting areas will be the first ones to reach Metropolis. And so, especially now since there's, you know, only 5 levels. How did I do on this? I still didn't win it? I didn't win it? Oh, man. Alright. I got it. My first jewelry piece. Yeah, they're in Alpha 1 we had static housing, so we've seen it. I've seen it in there. Very cool. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Anyway, I was talking about, since there's only going to be 4 starting areas, I believe that those starting areas are going to be, they're going to be leveled up first. So my plan is to buy one of those static housings or apartments right there and then sell them later on for the money for the freehold. Because if I had to guess, I'm going to say that the freeholds probably are going to be about 1,000 gold, if I had to guess. By the way, if you're stopping in your channel and you're new, say hi. Don't be afraid to chat. Love talking to new players. If you guys are interested in the game, you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. I need a heal. I need a heal. I don't want to be one of those guys going, heal me, heal me. But I'm a farting stiff wind that's gonna kill me. Oh, look at this. Fuck yeah. I need that too. I got no jewelry. All right, we're making out. Yeah, we're getting some. Yeah, so definitely keep an eye out for that. So, were you looking at getting a freehold too, Yurd? Down the road? I'll definitely have a freehold because I need to have my, you know, Hidden Dagger Inn. So I need to have my tavern. Where I put it, that's a different story. That's a different story. Yeah, down the road. I don't think now those could if you wait too long, they could end up going for a hefty price. But there might be enough of them on a server where you might still be able to get one. You know, as a matter of fact, I don't know if you caught the Golden Feathers stream where all the content creators were on. I think it was last week that we did it. Steven was in the chat, and he verified to me, because we were talking about mega servers and if dynamic gridding is successful and stuff like that. I was of the thought that servers would be able to hold many more people than they originally thought, 8 to 10,000, and maybe we'd possibly see a mega server, because in all honesty, having 8,100 players, and they're mostly in the Riverlands during phase 2.5, the world felt it would feel a little bit empty being as big as it's gonna be. So so I was thinking, well, maybe it's gonna feel a little empty, and they're really gonna raise it up. But he confirmed in chat. He said no, they're sticking with that plan. They're gonna stick with their original 8,000 to 10,000. So it was good to know that he said that. That was important. So we heard that. It's something, I guess, that they could always up if they want to in the end. So I guess there's no rush to do that. If they feel the world is empty after a full map, yeah, they can raise it up if they can handle it. But yeah, so that is still their intention, 8,000 to 10,000. So that being the case, if you have 8,000 to 10,000 on the server, 50,000 concurrent accounts on that, you might have a chance to still obtain that. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Now, there's going to be some kind of tax format on those freeholds. I can guarantee you. Like Arcage, where you had to pay the taxes all the time. Hopefully, they let us pay them like a few months ahead of time. So if we want to take a little bit of an extended break, we can do that. But that is important. I can guarantee there's going to be some kind of tax form. So people can't... You know, you're going to have your taxes from your nodes, and then I'm almost positive there's going to be a tax for the freeholds. When some random June... Yeah, exactly. When some random Jundark node pops and stuff like that. You know, there's going to be 85 nodes. So there's going to be somewhere in the world that's not as popular as others that, you know, that are leveling up a little bit slower. Now, a lot of the noobs in the area, people who are brand new to the game, they're going to flock towards these starting zones that are filling stuff up. I am going to try to stay away from those because I believe those are going to be the first ones to go bye-bye. So I'm going to pass on this one, or I'm just going to greed on that one. I think those are going to be the first ones to get sieged, because not only that, I mean, people are going to start leaving those and migrating to other nodes that they feel might be more advantageous to them in their professions. So I don't think they're going to have a strong, cohesive bond with the citizens themselves. And I'm hoping that our guild goes to some kind of a coastal node. I mean, I don't know that that's what they're going to do, but I'm kind of hoping it does. Yeah, 8,000 to 10,000 on the server will it will feel empty in many parts, but I guess that's good for gatherers, right? I guess that's good for gatherers. We'll be able to get something, and maybe that's kind of what his thoughts are. That if there's too many people, the gathering would just be too difficult, and it would just frustrate people. But you know, he's had a vision for years, and they've probably thought that out. I'm curious as to how many people will be, how many people they're thinking to have per node. I'm pretty sure that they said there's a cap on the nodes, on how many people can be in a node and be a citizen of it. There's got to be, otherwise, you know, you could just have way too many. I'm sure there is. Maybe like 3,000 or something like that. I don't know. Supply and demand curves will always be plateaued. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, but just like we said earlier, there's almost certainly going to be those ebbs and flows of the game. The people who are willing to be in it for the long haul are going to be sitting pretty 2-3 years down the game. What I hope that they do, and I don't expect this before launch, but my big hope is, because I'm a huge Dark Age of Camelot fan, my big hope is eventually they bring in some kind of realm rank system or something like that to keep the mouse chasing the cheese. One of the other things that Steven had mentioned in that stream on the Golden Feather Tavern, and if you haven't followed him, you should give him a follow. We were talking about sport fishing and how much I love sport fishing from Arcage, and he had also stated that he loved sport fishing from Arcage. So I have great anticipation that sport fishing will be very, very fun in this game. That's going to be its own game in the game. It's going to be that in treasure hunting was so much fun. See, leaderboards are fine for, I don't know, for like arenas and stuff like that, but it depends on what kind of leaderboards they have. I don't know, did you play Dark Age of Camelot? I don't know if leaderboards are going to be enough. You know, maybe the leader of the most kills in Node Wars or Guild Wars, or that could be kind of cool. I don't know. Realm ranks worked in pretty much in like open world PvP. That's where they came in. But open world or castle fights or keep fights or relic fights or whatever they had going on, any kind of PvP, you got realm points when you killed another player, and the more people in your group, the points were distributed. Oh, it was a fabulous game. So, realm rank 1 through 10, you would get a title, a distinct title every realm rank you got, which was pretty cool. But you would also earn, with your points, you would be able to change your stat points. You'd be able to, like, get +3 to strength, or +3 to agility. Or eventually, if you decided to forego the stat points, you could save up enough talent points to buy an ability. Like, you'd be able to get the skill Purge, which is another get out of jail break CC, which was huge and a must for all players. So they gave you a lot of flexibility, and a lot of characters really differed that way. They broke from the mold of the cookie cutter builds, and then they went more along the lines of kind of going their own path for PvP. So it was just another way to break the mold. What would you like to see on those leaderboards? What on the leaderboards would you like to see? Because I'm usually not a big leaderboard guy, but if they're well done, and I feel like, you know, I'm earning some kind of reputation or something from being on it, then yeah, it could be fun. But tell me what exactly your hopes are for the leaderboards. No, this guy's got to go too. No. This would definitely be my last game, though. By the way, guys, if you're still hanging around and you're enjoying the stream, don't forget to hit that follow in so you know when I'm coming online. Unless you're already following me on YouTube, and I appreciate it. You're not a big leaderboard guy either, but the hardcore people, yeah, they do. They do. Most kills and yeah, I can live with that kind of stuff. I'm not a big arena guy. I wish they actually weren't having arenas, but I understand that they have to fill that void. What I actually, the things that I really liked, one of the things that Dark Age of Camelot had that I really, really loved was they had kind of like a beginning system to, how should I say, to keep fights. Or in this game, what would be compared to castle fights, right? Because everybody's first time their castle, they're going to be, oh, what do I do? You know, how does this work? Blah, blah, blah. Well, the keep systems were kind of like a battlegrounds, and you could actually get experience from these too. So when you'd go into them. So it'd be PvP that you got experience from. But it would instance portal you to somewhere, right? And you guys would fight over a keep, right? A small keep. And it would give players experience on how to deal with such a fight. It was a lot of fun. It was like an introduction to what the later game is going to be. And I thought that that was a cool way to go about it. And that's something that they could totally instance, which would be very neat. And it was their form of the battlegrounds. I guess not different, you know, not too much different than Warsong Gulch in WoW. you know, and any kind of capture the flag mechanic is really, really fun too. I would be totally down for some kind of a capture the flag mechanic. These guys are about to bail. I hope I get level 13 out of this at least. I probably shouldn't have done that. I'm probably gonna die now. God damn it. God damn it. Just about the level. Come on. There goes all my glints. And I just lost all my fat glints. That's what I get. Oh, hell yeah. Ah. Oh, he did a green for 91. These must be alts for all these guys. Yeah, I did jinx myself. That's okay. You know, I love loot. I love loot. You know, what did you think about the little loot boxes that they were talking about by turning into commission boards? Now, I think that the commission boards are already a really good way to subsidize leveling. Did you like the idea of them adding those kind of random loot boxes that you can get something good? I mean, I don't have a problem with that. As long as it's no pay to win stuff or anything like that, I got no problem with it. I love, you know, gathering and people really need to understand the importance of helping the node out. Now, what a lot of people don't understand is a lot of people think that they have to be a citizen of the node in order to, you know, help contribute to the buildings or the mayoral boards, and they don't. They can still do those freely. Because the beautiful thing about what Intrepid's doing is the tickets that they have are universal anywhere. So if you're at a starting node and you just want to help get some tickets, you can turn in some stuff for the requisition orders, and you can go ahead and get some tickets while you're doing it, and also get a bunch of tickets from doing the mayoral commissions. And then you can not only buy gear with those, you can buy excavation. I think you can still buy excavation kits. I don't know. I'd have to look. But you can buy some useful stuff in there, not to mention your cloaks. Now, the whole cloak system, I'm not sure how I feel about the cloak system. I like the cloaks. I don't think that they should be bound. I think once bound to citizenship, I don't necessarily like that. I think that's kind of silly. I think everyone should have their cloak. And if you want to leave, once you've bought it and you were a citizen one time or something, or maybe not even a citizen at all, you should be able to buy that cloak with your tickets that you got from that area. So I don't think they should be bound at all to citizenship. You know, but they can be sold in each individual node. Like Winstead has the good physical cloak, so you know I have to run over to Winstead if I want to purchase my cloak. And they should sell that at the vendor. That shouldn't be locked behind citizenship. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Do you like the cloak system and in its current system that it's at? I'm not a huge fan of it. I like the cloaks though. The cloaks themselves are really nice. You either run with one of those or you won't run with the Ash and Haunt ones. Now they do need more cloaks. They definitely need more cloaks in the game. 100%. Again, guys, if you're new to the channel and you have a question, you just want to shoot the shit, You know, feel free to chat. The stream goes a lot easier and I can go a lot longer when there's people talking in chat. You think the cloak should be cheaper to buy as a citizen? But yeah, that makes sense. I could live with that. That would be a perfect solution. That you ought to, you know what? You ought to put that in feedback on the forums. That's actually a fabulous idea. I might steal that for a video if you don't mind. Might add that into a video down the road. Because that's actually a great idea. Really, really good idea. Come on, guys. We just need one more poll here. Come on. I'm about to level. Don't leave me. Don't leave me hanging. No, I mean, that's... So, I forget what it costs right now. It's like, what, like 300 or something like that for a cloak? Or something like that. So maybe if they wanted the cloak, they had to spend 500 tickets on it or something like that. By the way, you like the rogue that's behind me getting ready to backstab me? I'm gonna eventually see if I can animate that to see if he can stabby me. I just put that together a little bit before the stream. I was like, that looks kind of fun. Thanks. Yeah, I made a few other really nice ones, which I like. I like to animate them, but for some reason, the two of them that I really love, they're all scrambled. They don't come through at all, and it drives me nuts. Because what I use is it's NVIDIA Broadcast, and with NVIDIA Broadcast, you don't need an actual physical green screen, so it'll put the backdrop behind you, which is really cool. It's amazing what you can do nowadays with this stuff. Come on, guys, let's level up. I got. Come on, I got levels. I got to hit level 20. I don't think that's gonna happen. How many days do you think now? Since we are going 7 days a week in phase 3, how many days do you think it's going to take you to hit? Let's just say that they keep it at 25, which I don't think that they are going to. How many days do you think it's going to take you to level? I'm thinking it's going to take me 5 days. 5 days, I should be able to go ahead and be level 25. Yeah, 5. Now, do you have a static group already that you're rolling with? What guild are you in, Jurgen? Bad, okay. I miss, some of our... I used to be in Dynasty, and we had some guys that went over to Fed. I missed them. I don't know if you know... Do you know Pride and Vanity, I think? They went over there to Fed. And, oh yeah, Rives Guild. Yeah, God, that shocked me. That shocked me. How are you liking Fed right now? Are you enjoying them? I thought Rive was in it for the long haul. I really did. But you know what? I'm not gonna lie. It does get a lot to have to be able to play the game and to do content creation too. And you're gonna add in running a guild at the same time. That's why I have no interest in running a guild. I've done the guild master thing for 10 years. I don't want to do it again. I just want to be a follower. Good. I'm glad it's working out for you. I heard a lot of people. I don't know because this is just hearsay, but I heard a lot of people were upset and they didn't want to go to the Fed and they went some other places. So I don't know if that's the case or not, but yeah. Uh-oh, stuff fell off there. But I'm glad that's working out for you. I've been very, very happy with Aura. They're very active, which, even now they're still very active, which has been really nice. Small minority people. Have you talked to Rive in a while? I haven't spoken to Rive in a while. I'm in a channel with him. I should give him a shout out and see how he's doing. By the way, I'm going to go ahead and 1 second here. If you guys haven't checked out Pockets before, go ahead and check him out. He gave me a shout out earlier, and he's a really good guy, good streamer, nice guy. Part of Suspect Guild. Supposed to arrive a week or so ago. Good, good. He's probably just resting up, needs a break. Oh my god. Oh my god. Right before 13, I wasn't thinking, I wasn't paying attention, and I got gibbed. Oh, yeah. I'm never gonna get 13. Oh my god. How do I manage to do this shit? Boy. Certainly not doing very good at keeping all that glint that I had, huh? Oh man. Oh well. Alright. I'm not letting him hit me again. Forget that. Yeah, lucky number 13, exactly. He's looking at me. He's looking at me. He's like, ah, come here. Leave me alone. Bad touch. Bad touch, bad touch. So what class are you going to play when Phase 3 rolls out? I was only going to play tank if they had the Renkai out. But it's looking more and more like the Renkai is not going to be ready yet. So I am definitely not going to do that. I don't want to play a tank if it's not going to be Renkai. Cleric. Strong class. What? Let me ask you this, if the two who knows, maybe they'll have, by Phase 3, maybe they'll have more augments ready for us to try out, but they haven't said anything, so I'm not going to hold my breath. But which augment are you going to try? Are you going to try the tank one, or are you going to try the cleric one? Are you going to double down and be a high priest? If I was on my tank, I would have definitely gone to paladin build and seen how that is. I think that could be, yeah, holy priest, yeah. I definitely would have gone to paladin build. All right, here we go. We're going to get level 13 here. We're going to get level 13. I'm not going to do anything stupid here. I'm just going to go ahead and fight the good fight. Nice and easy. Now, what I was thinking about earlier the other day, and I was curious with my ranger for the rogue archetype, if I have that, I wonder if it's going to make my camouflage better. Why is he after me? I didn't even use my abilities on him. Come on, man. I wonder if it's going to make their camouflage harder to detect. That would be kind of cool. They have made the ranger camo a little bit better. Now when you're in stealth in camo, it does seem a little bit harder for mobs to detect you. I still need one more mob. Oh, I hope we don't have ads again. Damn ads. Sometimes that thing pops up and other times it doesn't. All right, here we go. This should do it. Bam! Boom shakalaka! 13. All right. A little higher on the pain train. Yeah, boy. Here we go. Do the weapons. Let's see. Let's do, yeah. What do I want to get here? Ooh, we can get, yeah, let's get our airstrike. We'll do that. Jeez. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, did you have a nice 4th of July? My mouse all dry. I ate more hot dogs and burgers than I'd like to admit. And more cake. I had a lot of cake. Yeah, it was nice. Originally I wasn't gonna have anything. But my mother had asked me if I was gonna do something, and so I decided to have her, and I had my father over as well, and then just my family, along with my brother and his wife. It wasn't anything too big. They're both at the stage of their life where they're getting pretty old, and I thought, you know what, I should go ahead and have something, because you always want to build memories. Memories are a great thing to have, and you never take anything for granted. You never know from one day to the next what's going to happen, and you don't want to have any regrets. So we had him over and had a good time. All right, my man. Have a good time. Mow that grass. You have a good one. Thanks for stopping in the chat, and I appreciate it, yours. I'll see you soon, my friend.
Welcome to the Hidden Dagger Inn, good looking.
Hey, how you doing there? Yeah, I'm gonna screw up that name. I'm just gonna call you Real. I appreciate the follow, my friend. Welcome to the stream. If you got any questions, Real, feel free to go ahead and ask. You just want to shoot the shit, whatever. I'm here for you guys. I'm just leveling up a ranger right now. Just hit 13. I already have a 25 tank, 25 rogue, but I'm just kind of bored. Just want to level up another class. I want to get more familiar with it again. I think I'm going to roll with ranger for phase 3. So just getting myself familiarized with it. I've had a 25 ranger before, but and one more follow, 10 more follows, and we'll be able to make it to 800. On the way to 1,000. Man, I've been looking into 700s here forever. Really way too long. Oh man, your name's really hard to see. Oh, you're thinking about buying ashes now? Do I think it's worth it at this moment? Well, that depends, Real. I've been playing this game since Alpha 1. So for me, that answer is going to be something different. But it depends on what type of player you are. The way I like to tell people is, if you're one of the players that gets frustrated by a game being wiped or being buggy and stuff like that, then its system's incomplete, then maybe you should hold off. But if you're the type of player that understands that it's in the process that it's in, and understands that it's a continuing development, and you're competitive and want to learn more about the game before launch, then yes, definitely now would be a great time. But it really depends on you, what type of player you are. I have tremendous fun in this game. There's always something I can find to do. I know we call it game. We know it's alpha testing, but there's so much to do, so many professions to do. To really try to find out which one speaks to you. So yes, for me, I would say yes, but again, that's always, I can never answer that question for you. I'm a very competitive player. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate the follow. Who is that? I didn't catch the name there. Oh, the Duffels. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, so that's almost a real personal question as to who it's catered to. But for me, yes, I would recommend the game. But again, I wouldn't want you to be disappointed. You need to know the pitfalls of it. The good thing is, the bonus is, if you guys get in it now, right? Everybody, and I believe this is still accurate. I hope it is. You'd have to double check. Maybe send Margaret a message on Discord. But I believe everybody who orders an Alpha 2 package gets into the PTR. I don't think that they put a restriction on, a specific date on that. So not only will you get to play it now, you'll get to test the PTR and find out what's good. Hey, Duffels, how you doing, bud? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. What was I going to say? So yeah, and if you haven't made an account yet, use my referral code. I would really appreciate it if in any way that I've helped make you decide that you wanted to get the game. Let's see here. I always could use some free embers. There you go. There's that code there. If you are so inclined to do it, that'd be great. And either way, whether you decide to get it or you don't, let me know if you do, because I love talking to new players and getting their feedback on the game and what they think about it. So, yeah, let me know. Very interested. What class were you thinking about playing? If you which archetype interests you? Maybe I can give you some insight. Also, if you do get it, definitely go check out my YouTube channel. I have some good, very important questing stuff for new players to know about that will help you along your journey, so you're not too far behind, because there is a lot to learn about this game. And really, that's one of the biggest things that I would recommend to people is, if you are interested in the game, that's a big reason why you should be in it now. Simply because there is so much to learn. And it's going to be a huge world, an absolutely huge world. You come from Guild Wars 2, play World of Warcraft competitive? Nice, nice. Well, I would say there are some Guild Wars 2 aspects in this game. I played also Guild Wars 2 when it first came out, very competitively. I played WoW only for the first 3 years or so. What got me off of WoW was not that I didn't think it was a good game. I thought it was fun, but I really didn't like the fact that they would say, okay, guys, we're going to put out an expansion. All your gear that you rated in Molten Core 4 hours at a time is now worthless. So... And you got to level up 10 levels. Okay, guys, we're going to do it again. Your gear's worthless. Okay, guys, we're going to do it again. Your gear's worthless. That got real old. And at least as far as Ashes is, we know we will never have to deal with that, because even if they raise the level cap on Ashes down the road, which I hope that they don't, we're always going to be able to disenchant our gear. And that stuff that we disenchant or disassemble it, the parts that we disassemble are going to be used in the recipes in the next gear. So at least we'll get some use out of it. So that's one thing that WoW never did for us, at least while I was playing. It was very frustrating. Guild Wars 2 was a lot of fun. Now, PvP in this game is different from... It's a lot different PvP environment than WoW is. But that being said, I think players, if you give it a chance, I think you'll really, really enjoy it. What a lot of the players haven't experienced, and I have because I was in Alpha 1, they haven't experienced the castle battles and stuff like that. And unless you're a player coming from like Dark Age of Camelot or Warhammer Online, you've probably not experienced, or Arcade to some extent, you probably haven't experienced those big castle battles, and those are a lot of fun. So even if you're not like you go out there and you're a one-on-one ganker or solo or even small group PvP, even if you're not one of those people, you can still have a lot of fun just by doing the castle battles and node war events and node siege events, stuff like that. Full legendary, nice, nice. Nothing left to do. Yeah, I mean, Guild Wars 2 has been out. Jeez, I think I remember I wasn't even married yet. I was engaged at that time to my wife, and I've been with her almost 15 years. So yeah, that's a really old game now that I think about it. Man, I remember one thing about that launch. I remember that I was trying to stay up as long as I could, so I got some bottles that have 5-hour energy stuff. And at that point, I realized that stuff was making my heart like go crazy. At that point, I realized I was never touching that shit again. Hey, what's up, Nomad Tam? How you doing? Hey, Tam, where the hell you been, man? I've barely seen you around. You taking the phase off or what? But let me know, Real, if you decide to get the game, because if you need some help, you have a question in game, go ahead and hit me up. You can find me on Hidden Dagger Inn. This guy, I have a character named Peon and also Loot and Scoot. So you can find me on any one of those characters pretty much at any time, and I'll be more than happy to help you in game. And if down the road you need a good guild to join, come check us out at Aura. And we're always looking for good new players, especially competitive PvP players. If you want a PvP, we're the place for you. PC still kind of pooping itself? Ah! Are you gonna be able to go? You're gonna be able to go hard for phase 3, my friend? Yeah, work sucks. Nerf work. I'm off until the 14th, I think it is, and then I got to go back. Oh God. Oh God, we got a lot here. You think so? You got a couple of sections of trade school coming up. Nice, nice. Trade school, huh? What trade are you in? You know, trades are big money nowadays, and they're going to be even bigger money now because a lot of the people who were doing them are retiring, and there's a big lack of trade school people, of trade workers. Oh man, even electrical. That's even higher up on the list. Always need good electricians. Yeah, you can make really, really good money doing the trades. I actually wish. Now my son works at Costco, but I actually wish he would look into jumping into a trade because man, they could do really, really well. About 500 hours. Nice. Very nice. Congratulations. Uh-oh. Need to go ahead and sit down here. So what's everyone up to today, guys? What kind of questions you got for me today? Let's get some chatting going. What you want to talk about phase 3? You want to talk about archetypes? You want to talk about the anvils, starting areas, housing, freeholds? Hit me up. I am going to try to answer all your questions. Best I can. While I level up and probably die a few times. Appreciate you. Oh, thank you for. Oh, I got a few friends in Brazil. Very nice. Nova Orda. Okay, Lineker. Outstanding. They're a good guild too. They, for PvP especially, they would be a really good choice. I would completely endorse you going to Nova Ordum. I think that would be a great idea for you there, Real. Very good. Outstanding, my friend. I'm glad you're deciding to join us, and yeah, shoot me a message in game, and keep me posted with your progress, and let me know if you need any help ever. Okay? I really appreciate it. Tell me about some of the new stuff the last few months. Well, you can trade tools now. I don't know if you did, if you knew that. Processing changes have had huge changes where now you have a slider. Hey, Fergova, how you doing? Jova is at war. I believe my guild Aura put a node war on 4 different nodes last night, Fergova. So that's why they're in war right now. So my recommendation would be don't transfer anything very very expensive from the storage right now. So be very careful. The guards will protect you. The guards will attack anybody that attacks you, but there are some dead spots in the node where they might be able to, depending on what level you are, they might be able to kill you and get away. Like I know the lumber milling area is one where you can pretty much kill somebody and not have any repercussions. You can get away. So just keep that in mind and stay safe. Balancing feels good. I mean, the rogue, I think, needs a little bit more balance. There's some things with it. I think the sleep dart is too long, and I think giving them two options of the sleep dart is too much. In most cases, if they can't win a fight straight up, all they could do is just sleep dart you, wait, and then drain your mana. Wait for your mana to completely drain out, and then you're a sitting duck. I don't find that very engaging. So I'd like to see that adjusted a little bit. Overall, I feel like the classes feel pretty strong. All of them feel good in their own way. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm real happy. They haven't done any more updates right now with the server. They're going to be doing. They're not patching it anymore until Phase 3. So they're letting it lie. But make sure you come join us in the PTR tab, because if you didn't have PTR, you do now. Everybody who has Alpha 2 has PTR. Oh, shit. Yeah, we're bailing. We're bailing. All right, I'll look for you, Esek. Awesome, I appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you here. I love new people coming into the world. It's fantastic. This is a great game for anybody who just wants to give it a chance. As long as you realize at what state it is in, and just realize that you're getting to watch this world of Verra come together, and that's something that's really, really special. I mean, yeah, you can go play some other game that's already out and in a full launch, or you could be part of something really special. And I do believe that Ashes of Creation is going to be the next big thing. It's not going to be a WoW. It's not going to be anything like that. It's not going to cater to millions and millions and millions of players. It's a niche game. But that being said, I still think that this game will see over 1 million at launch. And it could have a very strong concurrent base of 100 to 200,000 players. It's going to be a lot of people playing this game. Game won't be for everybody. Steven said that time and time again, but they are making some concessions, it seems, to help those more of those PvE type players, like the you can't CC players when harvesting, which is kind of a direct statement against what they had normally said before. They had said that they wanted you to compete for resources, and that was one of the that was one of the ways we can compete for them, was by, you know, CCing somebody, and then that person would be flagged because they had to CC them, and then they would have the option to fight or no. But they've seemed like they've decided to backtrack from that, and that's fine. Whatever. There should be enough stuff for everybody if they want to go that route. You can't wait to get back. Don't know if you answered the balance. Yeah, the balance. Oh, it had ads. Oh, I'm sorry about that, friend. Bezos needs his money. You know, he just got married, so... yeah, the balance question, I think overall, everything feels pretty balanced. Of course, I'd say this, you know, the few strongest classes are, of course, Cleric and Rogue. Now, Rogue's a good counter to Cleric. Rogue Sleep Dart, I think, needs to be adjusted. It gives two Sleep Darts with the proper investment of skill points. I'd like to see that changed a little bit because they can just wait out players and just drain them of their mana. So they did reduce their mana draining ability by about 50%, but I still think it's a little bit too strong. So I'd like to see some tweaks in Rogue. But other than that, I think most classes feel pretty good. I'm going to be rolling with Ranger for Phase 3. What class? Are you still doing your Fighter? Geez, I remember when Phase 2 first came out, we were rolling around with the Fighter. I remember that. That was fun. What guild are you in anyway, Tam? Did you end up joining a guild? I'm in Aura now, and really, really loving it. Loving everything that Aura has to offer. Strixon has been a very, very good guild leader. You loved Fighter? Fighter is still strong. It's kind of shite, you know, level, you know, till level 12. But once you get level 12, it's really good. Yeah, you should come check out Aura if you're not in a guild. You can come be part of the content creator club over there. We got myself, we got Dr. Burns from the Copian Clinic, and Zyback are all content creators that joined Aura. Oh, you were Black Town? Oh, okay, so you were Sunny and those guys. Nice. Oh, they folded? What? I did not know that. You waiting to return? What happened? Are they still doing their streams and stuff like that? On Loreforged? Oh my gosh. I didn't know that. What happened? Oh, you got to fill me in. What happened, brother? Yeah, gotta let me know what happened on that. Absolutely gotta let me know. You think Loreforge moved to all games, not just Ashes? Not Ashes specific anymore? Okay, well that makes sense. However, they ended up all folding. Oh, wow. You know, there's a lot of content creators have been doing that. I actually, you know, tried it myself, trying to expand my horizons a little bit. Because let's face it, Ashes is a niche-only game. And while I do expect to pretty much only do Ashes content like full-time, all the time, exploring other games and reviewing other games is not a horrible thing, and kind of keeping tabs on them. Definitely not a horrible thing. I made a Chronos Odyssey, you know, review video. Tried that game out for a little bit, but you know, Ashes is where my heart lies. So there's nothing that's going to replace that. So do they don't do streaming or anything anymore then, huh? That's sad. Yeah. Like, I know Nice Gaming, and shout out to Nice and Richie and those guys. They all do multiple games and stuff like that. And I think that's kind of a, in a way, it's kind of a good thing because you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. It can kind of come back to burn you. So in a way, I completely understand it. It is tough to be just one game, but there's got, that being said, for me to definitely to stream it, I have to be really enjoying it. And I was talking to someone earlier. You know, obviously I plan to play Ashes for years, but you know, even Ashes is going to have its ebbs and flows between, even when it's live, it's going to have ebbs and flows between content pushes and stuff like that. So having something else to play in survival games is where I like to, you know, kind of go take a break. Like, I love playing some Rust and stuff like that. 7 Days to Die. Games like that are fun. I couldn't get Dune to work. Piece of shit game. Damn thing wouldn't work with it. Kept wrecking my drivers and stuff, so I gave up. You think they still stream, but they just slowed the pace a little? Well, I get that. You know, and let's face it, viewership has been really down on Twitch right now. Twitch, YouTube, stuff like that. Stuff is getting a lot less views than it used to. As it is what it is. So we're just in that kind of a phase right now where things are just kind of down. By the way, guys, if you're new to the channel, first of all, thank you for coming on in. I appreciate it. And if you like what you see, go ahead and smash that follow button. Also, you know, please chat. This stream goes so much better for me when I'm able to interact with you. So if you have any questions, and new players is who I really cater to, and old players alike, please ask those questions. Let me try to help you out. Summertime, yeah, beach weather, yeah, for sure. Yeah, and there's no point in burning yourself out. Like, we have a lot of guildies alone in Aura that are having a good time with playing Dune right now, and I get it. That's cool. It's a new game. It's a new thing. So there's no point. And a lot of people were really disappointed with Alpha 2.5. They just, you know, a lot of things weren't met. Oh, by the way, Tam, like I said, you were wondering what's being caught up. We should be testing, and you too, if you choose to do so, and anybody who has Alpha 2, should be testing the dynamic gridding in PTR this week. So, and the anvils are on the map right now. I don't know if you've seen that. Let's see. Let's go to the anvils. They're up here. Okay. So there's a lot of things getting ready to pop. A lot of things getting ready to pop. Ooh, what do we got here? Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Need knows. What do I get? I rolled a 15. Ay. Ay, caramba. Man. You know what? If you watched their latest live stream, they showed some anvils. The things that I remember most about the anvils were it looks kind of Riverlandish. It has a lot of Western Larch, which is good. We need more Western Larch. It has some really high plateaus, which looked perfect. It reminded me of like Hasla in Arcage. The moment I saw it, I was thinking gliders. I'm like, oh, please put in gliders, you know, like Arcade. Now, I know they plan to have some mounts that glide and stuff like that too, but I would really love to have some gliders like Arcade style. If you got a weekend off, maybe next bit, try to load it up. Yeah, absolutely. Are you going to get a new computer before phase 3? Or a new graphics card at least? Get rid of the toaster? Yeah, some of the foliage was, yeah. Ooh, we got a blue. Is that a blue? Or no, that's a shield. Damn it, I got all excited. I thought there was a blue. It's just a damn shield. You're hoping to have a new PC? Yeah, nice. Well, what I'll probably do with, you know, Ashes I'm still sticking to my. It's going to be out Christmas of 2026. I hope I'm right. I know I'm smoking a copium. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I just have a feeling when the dynamic gridding gets done, it's going to free up a lot of people. And when they get the summoner archetype done, that's going to free up a lot of people. They have got a lot of tools in place. I think they're going to be pumping out content fast and furious. We'll see if I'm right. But yeah, I'm still sticking to 2026 Christmas launch. Oh, God! Leave me alone! You agree with that prediction? Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, look, it's easier to be a negative Nancy than it is to be positive, right? Because, you know, people will just shoot down positivity any chance they get. There's a lot of, you know, people that are glass half empty. And it's easy to be negative because then they're like, oh, okay, fine, yay. But because then they get excited, right? They're excited now all of a sudden that the game's coming out. Ooh, what do we got here? Yeah, boy. Look at all this ranger gear. Can I win something, please? Can I win? I rolled an 11. Fuck's sakes. This is horrible. Hey, Fergova, how you doing? There was a French map maker company who thought they could make an MMO, but they had hang gliders and snowboarders. Yeah, did you ever play, Fergova, did you ever play Arcade? The gliders in that were awesome. I loved that. They were so much fun. It really gave exploration of the world, you know, a whole nother dynamic. You know, and Ashes is definitely the type of game that really wants you to explore. So being able to have some kind of gliders would be absolutely fabulous. Fabulous! Yeah, but we'll see how things go. I have high expectations for Ashes. But again, you know, like you had to, Pam, I don't begrudge anybody who takes any breaks. I even took a break for about 3 weeks or so at the end of Phase 2. I just needed a little bit of a break, and that's understandable. Oh, you're my guy, DAOC fanatic. You're my new best friend. I love DAOC. It was my favorite game of all time. I have the best memories of DAOC. And I am, yeah, the drag, here we go. I am always trying to pump my views and my ideas, hoping that they will take just a little slice of DAOC and put it in here. You know, Jacob, I've talked to Jacob, who's the designer, and he's a big Dark Age of Camelot fan. So keep pumping out on the forums those Dark Age of Camelot ideas and throwing out that support, because this game could be, if they take the best of Lineage, Arcade, and Dark Age of Camelot, this game could be something super special. Oh man, I loved that game. Such good nostalgia. I've been hoping for some kind of realm rank or honor point system, and again, I've said it before, I don't expect something like that to be out at launch, but down the road, you know, a year or two after the game comes out, I think that could be just so much fun. Really keep the game going. I will get a new computer, Tam, when this comes out at launch. I will take my one computer over here. I'll make that my new streaming computer. It's got a 4070 in it. And then I'll go ahead and buy a new one for the game. I loved Warhammer Online. I ran a guild. I was in the alpha of Warhammer Online. Ran a guild, Dusk Till Dawn. We did very well. Ran the Retribution Alliance. Yeah, great game. I had a renowned rank 72 Witch Elf in Warhammer Online. But then when they put that Sands expansion, and that thing pissed me off so much because I was hoping it was going to be like a Darkness Falls type of expansion. and it was a huge letdown. So I stopped. I'm like, oh. But I did have a lot of fun with Warhammer Online until they, the problem with Warhammer Online, and it was 2 letters. It was called EA. Yes, Node Pride. I just caught a glimpse of that. Node Pride. That's absolutely a big point that I've been trying to make. And I believe that it's something that's totally obtainable, because that's exactly what DAOC had, was Realm Pride. And this game needs Node Pride. If your node is getting sieged and you've put in all that work to help develop the node with the requisition vendor and building those buildings and all the sweat, blood, and tears through the node wars that you've put in, absolutely you need to have Node Pride and fight for your node. And be proud of it. That's where you hang your hat. That's where you're a citizen. Be proud of your node and your vassals, and protect them. If you see a caravan, if somebody's attacking your citizens, get out there and help them. And I believe you're going to see a lot more of that when they put in the highwayman system for the caravans, where they start rewarding players for defending and or attacking caravans. I believe you're going to see citizens and stuff like that jump in and helping their own, assuming their guilds, not attacking it. I would definitely like to see that, because node pride should definitely be a thing. And I don't think that guilds of specific nodes, like say if in Seahook, where Aura, the guild I'm part of, if we're in there, I don't think we should attack citizens of the node if they're bringing a caravan. I think it would be bad if we did, and I don't believe we do. And as a matter of fact, I believe we would probably defend them. So we want people running caravans to our area. That's the idea. We want that economy coming in. So now, if you're outside of that, then it's a different story, maybe. But yeah, absolutely, you hit the nail on the head for Gova. That's a great statement, and I really hope that that's something that happens. Because it's something, in my mind, it's really, really important for this game to thrive. People need to be proud of where they hang their hat. Now, it's going to take a little bit of time at the beginning. You're going to have those 4 starting areas, and I think a lot of people are going to kind of gravitate to the nearest nodes, kind of like the Winsteads and stuff like that in this game. People will spread their wings, as time goes on, and find a home that's more meant for them, has the crafting, processing stations that they're looking for. So people will spread their wings and move around. But that being said, yes, at some point I want to be very proud of my node. And it is important to get in there too early if you find a node that you like. Oh, hey,
Welcome to the Hidden Dagger Inn.
Rekanos89, I appreciate the follow. Thank you very much. Welcome to the channel. Glad to have you here. What I gotta say, I told it that follow threw me for a loop. Like, it took me a while to... Oh, no taxes. Like, if you get in... Like, my taxes on Peon are like, I don't know, 20 or 12 or 20 or something like that. Over time, that's a lot of glint that you're saving. If I've had other guys where it's like 167 tax certificates. That's quite a bit of glint. Oh, no, it's all good. I'm old. I have some timers. So sometimes I forget what I was talking about. I do appreciate the follow and welcome. Thank you for the first time chat. And if you ever have any questions, you go ahead and let me know. Yes, I was on... Geez, was that a week ago already? Yeah. Yes, I was on the Golden Feather Tavern. I hope you enjoyed the show over there. It was a good time. I love those guys and everything they do. They are great for the community and everybody in it. But if anybody in the chat has any questions, please, we really cater to new players here. I love answering questions about this game. So please feel free to ask me anything. I'll try to give you the best honest answer that I can. Oh, good. I appreciate that. Thank you. Mr. Tilda, how you doing? What class did I played all kinds of classes, Mr. Tilda. I played but I was a stealther at heart. I had stealthers on all 3 realms. I had on K, I was Midgard, Shadowblade. I forget what server I was on. Albion, I forget which one. Percival, maybe. I was a infiltrator, and on Nemu, I had a Lurikeen, a Nightblade. I think that's what it was. It was a night. Was it a Nightblade? I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, there was a lot of really good content creators there, and a lot of us are very excited about Phase 3 coming up. Yeah, I love the stealthers. Now, I do still love stealthers. I have a 25 rogue in this one, Bastilda. But honestly, if you're looking, this is my perspective with the rogues. The rogues are very fun, but right now, and now I know that they said there's going to be a mechanic with loot somewhere down the line with rogues. But right now, there's really not a need. Uh-oh, I'm going to snooze this ad. Looks like there's one about to come up. Okay, there we go. I snoozed it for about 5 minutes. Right now, they don't have that mechanic. So I feel like they're going to kind of be the redheaded stepchild of the Phase 3, especially when Summoner comes in. Maybe not so much until Summoner comes in, but when Summoner comes in, I see them being left out of groups more than anybody. You're gonna want to have bards. You're gonna want to have clerics. You're gonna want to have your tank. Obviously, you're gonna want to have ranged DPS, whether it be rangers or mages. I just don't see a scenario where rogue takes a spot from a summoner or somebody who can do it all. But we'll see. We'll see what they do to maybe address that. But as far as a fun class, if you like to solo and cause trouble and gank and stuff like that, oh, Rogue's fabulous. It's on a scale of fun, it's a 9 out of 10. It's you know, right up there with being very enjoyable. We'll be lurking. Okay, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much, Rek. Be hoping to be on Ashes later. I'll be here. I'm going to be leveled up my Ranger for a while. Yes, I'm super hyped for Phase 3 as well. Yeah, with stealth full up, you could infiltrate cat. Oh, you know, and I'm hoping that they have the same mechanic. Now, I don't think that they're going to have climb walls, but since they gave us grapple for Gova, I guess that's good enough. The problem is that it breaks stealth when you grapple. So that's kind of a, you know, a piss in your Cheerios kind of moment when you can stealth in. You know, you're going to need to find a place to re-stealth real quick, so it might be tough getting up on those ramparts. But climbing walls in Dark Age Camelot was awesome. I thought Bard was really well done in the time. Oh, yeah. Bard was super fun, but I think that the Bard in this game, that they did a great job orchestrating that. And a Bard feels more powerful in this game than any Bard I've ever played in any game before. Now, I would like, that being said, I would like them to revert the speed changes that they made. The Bard used to be able to go 15%, and now it's only 10. I would like to see them go faster. Because that's what they're all about, right? Play the little tune, and they get to go fast. So, I would like to see them be able to go faster. And, why can they not use their speed on their mount? Rangers can give speed to mounts. Why can Bards not give speed on mounts? They did it in Arcade. Why can't we do it here? So I hope that they revisit that and allow us to have speed on the mounts, because I would have absolutely no problem with that. What do you guys think? Do you guys think the Bards should have speed on their mounts? Maybe it's intended and they just haven't fixed it yet, but I don't know. You know, I have a Ranger guy that I will go ahead and his name is 10 silver for speed buffs. And I'll go ahead and give people speed buffs to their caravans and boats for 10 silver. You know, Bards should be able to, you know, give some kind of a buff too. Mounts don't like my music. I guess so. I guess so. My music is good. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're smoking, Tam. My music is awesome. I can play the flute like nobody's business. You know what? Or maybe the fiddle. I'm gonna break out my fiddle and play the devil. The devil came down to Georgia. I can't do it, but you guys know what I'm talking about. That's a great song. That would what would you think about that if they did like the artistry class from don't make me do the chicken dance. What would you guys think if they added like the artistry profession where remember in arcades you could create songs? Wouldn't that be great if the bard could script out the music on his fiddle? The devil came down to Georgia or something like that. Oh man, I'd be dying for that. That'd be so. Or do like have some like Braveheart, freedom theme song going in the background or something like that. It could be so much fun. So many places for Ashes to go. This game's gonna be great, guys. I hope you all stick with it. It's gonna be really, really great. What are classes is everybody else playing? Bastilda and Fergova? Rack, if you're probably lurking, but what are the classes you guys rolling for P3? What are you guys thinking about? Anybody else in the chat wants to chime in? Did they talk about the extension? I don't think so. I don't think. If it's like a tune or something like that, I don't know if you would have to worry about a copyright. And they could change it just like a little bit, to make it sound almost exactly if they were worried about a copyright. You're gonna play fighter? Nice. A drum on the battlefield would be nice. A lot of people keep sleeping on this, but I did a mount video for YouTube a long time ago when I was first starting out about a year and a half ago, a little less than a year and a half ago. And I don't know, when you look at mounts, if you guys remember the group mount, because if you look at the wiki, there's going to be a group mount. And I can tell you what he looks like, because if you've gone by Mirrorlith and you've seen that big rhino named Nardo, that's what the group mount looks like. So next time you go by Mirrorlith, he's on the side of the river, go look for Nardo. That's going to be a group mount. And very excited for that. Drum on a battlefield, yes. Tried Bard, but you like the tank better. I've done both of them to level 25 for Gova. The Bard was fun. I kind of got a little bit annoyed because they kept coming back and revisiting it. The first few iterations made sense because they were really overpowered. But then they kept, messing with it a little bit more. So I kind of backed away from it. Now, I had made statements before. I think it was in Copium Clinics, Dr. Burns, shout out to Dr. Burns, that I was probably most disappointed with the Bard archetype. I want to retract that statement publicly. After further review, I just think the Bard is still very good. I just think maybe I wasn't playing it correctly enough. I've run into some really, really good Bard players that I respect, that have shown me the way to be better on the Bard. So I retract that statement. I think what's happened is the ceiling has just gotten higher with the Bard. Not that they've gotten bad, but the floor is low for the Bard, but the ceiling is very high to be an exceptional Bard. So, but I did learn a lot of good things. So if you ever have concerns about that, I highly suggest you just talk to some really good Bard players and see if maybe you just can't up your game a little bit. But yeah, they're like, I on my tank, on my 25 tank, and Fergova, like you said, you played tank. I love tank. It's really good. I think it's a really good class. A lot of people are trying for a rework. The only thing that I want to see work on my tank is to have my grapple work all the time. My damn grapple never seems to work when I want it to. That's the only thing that bothers me about that. But the Bard, exceptional. It's gonna be a really viable class, and I think it's the best Bard I've seen in any game, by far. Is anybody who here is gonna go rogue at phase 3? Who's gonna be the redheaded stepchild and go rogue? Who is it? I know there's a rogue in here. Who's gonna do it? I was going to go tank, but it doesn't look like my Renkai is going to be out for phase 3, so I'm gonna go with the ranger, take him to 25, and I'm gonna tell you why. I think we're gonna see a lot more sea battles out in phase 3, and if anybody remembers Arcage, rangers were absolute aids in the water, and I think that I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun PvPing out there in the water. So watch your caravels, guys. I'm out there. I'm watching you. I'm watching you, and I'm going to get ya. I'm going to wait for you to get those resources, and I'm going to get ya. And so, because I love the fact that it's lawless out there. And don't be on your mount. I don't know if you guys have tried those shoal skippers, the water mounts. And if you haven't gone into the tropics and checked out the how the water looks, because they kind of revised the field of view. If you haven't gone into the tropics and check it out, please go in there and check it out. Get a water mount that will allow you to breathe underwater and check that out. But if I'm a ranger and I'm fighting a class that maybe I can't kill one-on-one, man, I'm killing their mount. I'm killing their mount while they're on it, and then they're not going to be able to breathe. They're going to have to worry about going up top to get air. They're not going to be able to sit there and fight me. So at least I don't think they will. Yeah, it's going to be so much fun. Now, that being said, I do believe, like a la Arcade, I believe Alchemy will probably have some kind of Duhata potions. If you guys remember those underwater breathing potions they gave you for 45 minutes. I would totally suspect that they will have that. Are we hitting an ad break? Is that why everybody got quiet? I hope we just didn't hit an ad break. Damn these ads if we did. But anyway, yeah, I think there's going to be a Duhata potion. Underwater is extremely fun. I think Rangers are going to excel in the combat in water. Rangers in large-scale PvP, which is what I really enjoy, also are very good as well. Their vine field is absolutely enormous. Oh, okay. Well, guys, snorkel adventurers, absolutely. If you guys would do me the comic courtesy or the courtesy of waiting here just 1 second, we are going to go ahead. Hey, Az, you made it just in time for me to raid somebody. I appreciate you stopping in, brother. How you doing? We are going to raid the Golden Feather Tavern real quick and show Chippy some love. I am going to go get some lunch. I do appreciate all the viewers that came in and gave me follows and were interactive in chat today. I love it, guys, when you talk. Next time I come back, bring those questions so we can talk and have some more fun. Let me go ahead and start a raid over here with Chibi. And I hope everyone has a fabulous rest of their Sunday. If you have any questions, never hesitate to find me in-game. You can find me on Peon, Loot and Scoot, or Hidden Dagger Inn. And I'll be more than happy to talk to you guys about any questions that you have off-stream. If you have quest questions or anything, all right? God bless, guys. Take care. I love you all, and we'll see you next time. God bless, guys. Bye-bye.
All right, anyway, to the point. So I'm looking for a generic definition of open world PvP, and I feel like this one works. Oh my goodness. Hidden Dagger, thank you for the raid. I am so sorry. This is a subscriber only stream, so for those of you that are joining us, hi. We don't do many of these. This is only 2 of the entire month that are subscriber only. But welcome in. I'm gonna be live tomorrow night with Tavern Talk, so